Again, today we're going to concentrate on DD's books library. As you see in front of you, we've got the screen here and there's a list of all my books. These are all the types of books: audios, Kindles, hard copies, paperbacks, the lot. So what we're going to do now is, as you can see here, the top item is in white. And that book I haven't read, and as you can see when the cursor's run over it, you can see double click to mark it as read. Now I have marked that, I have read that, so I can actually mark that as read now because I read it yesterday. So if I just double click it, if you have a look at the right hand side, it's now come up with users read Mick, and it's put a tick in the box there. Now I thought it was quite a good book, so I'm going to give it 8, and it's giving me the date, but I read it yesterday, so I'm going to change that to 28. Alright, the actual time doesn't really matter. It's a holdover from something else. Right, so that's that simply. Going across a little bit to this list here with Mick, DVD, and Derek and Carol. You see that? If I click here, it updates the list for the ones that person has read. Now Derek, I know, has read some, but they're all the way down here. See? Click one button there, but hey. Alright, so we'll go back to Mick. Now going further across, you got all author, book sets, categories, limit file type. Now that's very, very important. I'll cover that in more detail in a second. What you got here is, say you want to find all books by an author. This is all books. I'll explain how you can limit it in a second. If we click on the author, as you notice, there comes up a list there. And you click on the list and it brings up all the authors. Let's go to David Weber. And type W and it goes up to, you see David Weber there? Now if you notice in the list, there's some narrators, there's authors, actors. They can be anything. I'll explain that a little bit more. If you want to see David Weber's actual page, click on the button next to it and you can see his email address, all his websites and all his books. I'll explain that viewer in a minute because if you notice there's 2 different colours in the list and a few other little bits I need to explain. Alright, so the next one is the book sets. Now this is a complicated little item I added, which I love because I like listening to book sets. So if we go to one of the ones I know is, if we go to Empires at War, because that's what I'm listening to at the moment, Doug Dandridge. Now as you see, it says set name Empires at War, Doug Dandridge. I always do that when I'm adding a set. I'll explain that more later when we get to that item. It says 17 books, but there's a funny thing here. What we're going to do is limit the set type. Right, at the moment it says 17 books. So if we limit the set the books to actually audiobooks only, it will only display the 5 audiobooks I have. Right, but it will also, on Doug Dandridge, it will change the book numbers to 5, because that's all the books I've got. But if I change it to Kindle, now the other thing to note about this is if there is no items in that list for that particular file type, the list will just go blank and you'll have to select something else. But as you can see, I have 12 Kindle books, which there are about 14 in the set, and I'm currently reading Time Strike, which I'm nearly finished and I'm thoroughly enjoying as well. Right, the next one is categories. Now if you select categories, as you get, again the list changes. Actually no, let's go back to book sets. Yes, there it goes. As you can see, I've linked the actual book sets. I'll explain this all a little bit more later, to one of my favourite sites for getting information for books, Goodreads. Alright, so if you don't know about it, get a link to it, especially if you like books. Alright, so that's all Doug Dandridge. Now we can go to categories. Now again, you see we're limited by file type. So again, let's change that to all. Alright. and we're on categories. If you notice, the list is still actually active on Empires at War. Don't worry about that. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to change that for categories. So we want all categories with artificial intelligences. Good. I do like a bit of artificial intelligence. Oh, we only got one. How disappointing. And that's an audiobook. So if I select Kindle, the list will go blank because there's only audiobooks. Right, let's try something I know I've got lots of. Military science fiction. That's another topic I like. Now, military fiction, I'm going to just go military fiction, not military science fiction, because there is a difference, but I'm not going to explain it. As you can see, the list goes wild. I've got 35 books with military fiction. Now, if once you've done that, if you want to reset the list, just click on all, and the whole thing goes back to where it was. And there's my one I've marked as being done today, which I read yesterday. So next, I'll explain these buttons up top next. Thank you.